Alright, so I want to make an icon for a folder in my desktop right here for Hi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Finder, click on Hi, and hit Apple I. Shows me that get info. So in order to make the icon, first I need to copy the folder. So I'm going to click on the photo icon right here and hit Apple C to copy it. I'm going to open up Photoshop and create a new document, and I'm going to paste that folder image in right there. Alright, so let's say I want to make some letters on the front of my folder, and we'll have it just Hi, and we'll make it black. This is important, you have to do this, or you can pick another color. And so I'm going to set the opacity to 20, and I'm going to select Hi, and so this is a little weird. I have to convert it to a image. So I'm gonna control click on it, and I'm gonna hit rasterize type. Alright, so after you rasterize it, you wanna right click and hit duplicate, and you wanna send this layer to a new document. And now you're gonna create a new layer. It's gonna be totally clear. It's gonna have nothing on it. And if you click on High, you notice that the opacity is 20, but we want it to be 100, so we can play around with the shadows and give the folder a look kind of like this. Here, I'll show you. So this is another folder I already made. Just going to quickly show you. Alright, so it has that, and if you want, we'll get a close-up view. Alright, so you can see how it kind of looks like it's like pushed into the folder, and we want to give that kind of look to this text. So we need to, in order to have these effects go right, we need to have the opacity back at 100. And the way we do that is we make a new layer that has opacity 100, and we merge it with the High layer. And you can see that now the opacity is back to 100. Alright, so now we're going to copy it, and we're going to paste it back here. And we're going to delete the old layer. So now we have this layer. You can't edit the type on it, so before you do this, make sure that you have it saying whatever you want it to say. Alright, so now we're going to double click, and we're going to go to Bevel and Emboss, and we're going to change the style to Emboss. We're going to make it down. I'm going to change this to 0 and this to 100. And that's it. So now you have this folder. You can see that the High looks like it's pressed into there. And what you're going to do now is, this is also very important, you're going to merge the layer, and you're going to pick your eraser tool, your magic eraser. You're going to delete the white background. That's very important. Make sure you do that. Alright, so now I'm going to save it as a TIFF. It might work with other files. I don't know. I just like TIFFs, so I'm going to do that. And you want to make sure the layers is checked. I'm going to save it on my desktop just so it's easier. And you want to make sure that your Save Transparency option is checked right here. And you save it. Alright, so I'm going to open up my app that I use to convert this into an image that I can actually use as the file icon, because the problem is if I go to the Finder, so if I want to change this High, I'm going to go here, click on the TIFF, I'm going to copy it, go back to this icon, I'm going to paste it. Now the problem is there's a white box around it. I don't want that. So I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to open up my program. It's called Image2 ICNS. That's just, ICNS is just the format that Mac uses. And I'll include a link to download it in the description. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this TIFF, I'm going to drag it into there, and I'm going to choose folder. And now it's going to make the file for me. So I click on desktop where I want to save it, and I choose. Alright, so now if I look right here, now it's done, you see that there's no white around it. So now I can actually use this for my file folder. So I'm going to copy this, and go back to my folder and hit paste, and voila, it says Hi. Alright, say instead of that, we want, instead of making it just type on a folder, we want to make it like a picture, kind of like I have here. I don't know if you can see this, but it's a lion. It's my school's emblem, so I put it on there. And you can't just type it, so you have to do it a different way. So what you're going to do is we're going to make a new folder and say it's going to be, let's say, Red Sox. Alright, so we have the Red Sox folder. I'm going to take this GIF, I'm going to open it up in Photoshop and close this old thing now. I can delete that. Alright, so first I want to Alright, so I don't know, it's locked. I don't really want it locked, so I'm going to just copy and paste it over to a new file. I'm going to delete the background, just because you don't need it. And I'm going to get rid of this TM right there, just because I don't want it either. Alright, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take my magic wand, and I'm going to highlight the sock. I'm going to highlight the other one. To highlight two things, you have to hit shift and then click again. If you don't hit shift, then it'll just select the second object and unselect the first, deselect the first. So now I have both these selected, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer. Alright, so now that I have this selected, I'm going to edit, fill. I'm going to fill it with black and keep everything the same way it was. Alright, so now I'm going to delete this first layer, and I'm going to deselect this. Now I'm going to delete this first layer, and now I only have this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my Finder. I'm going to take this Red Sox folder, I'm going to hit Apple I to open up the Get Info. I'm going to click on the folder icon here and hit Apple C to copy it. I'm going to make a new document. I'm going to paste that folder in and merge it with the background. Alright, I'm going to take these socks and I'm going to change the opacity to 20. Alright, great. And like with the type, I'm going to make a new layer and I'm going to merge it so the opacity is back to 100. Alright, so now I'm going to take this, copy it over, and paste it on my folder. To resize, I hit Apple T and to pull up the edit resizing mode, I guess. Then you hit shift, then you drag a corner in to, you hold shift and you drag a corner in to resize it. Keep its proportions. If you don't hold shift, then you can resize the tiny dimension, ratio of sides, but if you hold shift, then it stays the same. So I'm going to place it right there. And I'm going to hit, I'm going to control click onto layer 1. And, oh, no. Alright, so I'm going to double click on layer 1. I'm going to hit check bevel and emboss. I'm going to, this is the same thing as for the type. So I'm going to hit emboss, down, 0 and 100. And okay, so now this is in there. And merge it with the background layer. Delete this. Use my magic eraser to delete the white background again. And I'm going to save it on my desktop as a TIFF. I'm going to keep the layers checked. And I'm going to save transparency. And that doesn't matter. Alright. So now I'm going to take this TIFF right here. I'm going to drag it into, oh, that was an accident. I'm going to take this TIFF, I'm going to drag it to my Image2 ICNS app, put it in there, hit folder, choose that I save it on the desktop, and there it is. So now I'm going to copy this, and go to my Red Sox, and paste it into the icon, and there you go. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and leave me any comments if you have any questions.